So today we're talking about contentment. And when we, uh, the yoga, the piece of the Yoga Sutra, I think it's 242, that I attached to the video here, uh, says that when you practice contentment, you will find happiness unsurpassed. And really, the point of this in terms of our practice is that um, it's not something that passively comes. So a lot of times when, you know, people talk about contentment, it's sort of, we imagine things being in a particular way. So once this is in place and that is in place, and you know, these goals that I have, this lifestyle, these things are there, um, then I will be content. And I won't be content till I get there. And it's a sense of striving, or even, you know, as Americans, you know, it's almost ingrained to like never be content, like to keep aspiring towards something and and pushing and obtaining and that sort of thing. And really, this reframes the idea of contentment, or frames the idea of contentment, and considering it as really not something that comes to us passively if we have certain things in place, but is something that we practice no matter what. So we practice at all times, even when it's hard. And and when we have this as part of our practice, this is how we find happiness. Uh, the uh, when we think about so just some examples of certain Buddhist monks and their practice of contentment. They only eat 2 meals a day, and if and they're not necessarily vegetarian, uh, because they accept whatever is given to them uh, with gratitude as part of their practice of contentment. So um, when we think about contentment, it's not about complacency. Um, the Yoga Sutra goes on to say, uh, by embracing spiritual hardships, it allows us to master the body and the mind. So, in fact, we embrace hardship. And in the midst of that, we practice accepting what is so. And that really comes down to what the practice of contentment is accepting. And it doesn't mean that you like it. Um, it means that you acknowledge that this is so. Whether it's a state of mind that we're in, acknowledging that. Whether it's a feeling, a physical feeling, or emotional feeling. Whether it's a circumstance that we find ourselves in, acknowledging that this is so, and being aware and sitting with that, or being with that, coming to awareness and presence and being, and at the same time practicing gratitude. Especially when it's hard. That's when we it's really time to remember that practice. What am I grateful for in this moment, in this circumstance? One of my favorite quotes from Helen Keller, and I have that posted there too, is uh, everywhere there are wonders. even in darkness and in light. And so I find that no matter what state I may be in, therein to be content. Uh, so we're going to play with that today. Good morning, Veronica and Jan and Damali. Um, so with our practice of contentment, today we're going to play with embracing some hardship and mastering the body and mind. But I promise I'll take it easier on you this week than I did last week. Maybe. All right. But remember to listen to your body and follow the breath and play within intelligent boundaries. All right, so let's come to our space here, settling in, bringing awareness to the body, the weight of the body as it settles into the earth. Awareness of sounds, sensations, temperature against the skin. Just bringing awareness there and acknowledging without judgment or without trying to push it away. If something is drawing our awareness, just bring it there and remain as a witness, observing what happens to it. And expanding our awareness to all that is in this moment. Whether the thoughts are active or quiet, acknowledging that with loving kindness, awareness to the body. We might notice the beating of the heart, the pulse as it moves through. Our body's gently rocking with the internal movements and activity. Just as a witness. Awareness to the breath, the tip of the nose, the back of the throat, the chest or the belly as it rises and falls. We'll begin with samavriti breathing, which is an even length on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale a nice deep breath to prepare. Exhale and release. Now inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Maintaining that even rhythm of the breath. And softly open the eyes if the eyes are closed.